Good afternoon, students. We are discussing regarding the best Christmas in the world. According to that only, the writer, he went after reading that letter, he thought that it is my duty to give this letter to the Mrs. Macpherson, and he went to search the address which was wrote on the envelope, and like this only he was started to move towards that address. 12th house he went. He asked one man that you are knowing about the Macpherson. That time only suddenly that man told that yes I know, but some accident was happened with the Macpherson, Mrs. Macpherson, and now only she is there in the nursing home. After that only the he gave the address of the that nursing home, and the writer he is now going to that nursing home. What it was happened we will see. I found Burlington House nursing home easily enough. There were the paper chains of in the hallway, and the lighted Christmas tree stood in the corner with a lopsided angel and on top. I said I was a friend come to visit Mrs. Macpherson to bring her a Christmas present. How the writer is explaining regarding the nursing home. He found the Burlington House nursing home easily enough, and after that only what it was, there were the paper chains of in the hallway, and a lighted Christmas tree stood in the corner with the lopsided angel on the top. He told that I am a friend of the Mrs. Macpherson, and I want to visit her, I want to meet her to give her the Christmas present. I could see throughout into the dining room where everyone was wearing a paper hat and singing. It was a dining room, and in that each and everybody they are wearing the it is the Christmas day, and because of that only each and everybody they are wearing the paper hat, and they are singing and they are dancing also. The matron had a hat on too and seemed happy enough to see me. Matron became very happy, and she was much happy, and she came to him, and she even offered me a mince pie also. Mince pie means the dry fruits also she offered to the writer. But he told that she walked me along the corridor. She took that writer and she matron walk away to the corridor to meet to the Mrs. Macpherson. Mrs. Macpherson is not in with the others. She told, she is giving the extra information regarding the Macpherson, and she told that Mrs. Macpherson is not in with the others. She told that, and she is rather confused today, so we thought it best that if she had good rest. Now today only she is become much confused, and because of that only what the nursing home persons they decided to take her rest, and because of that only in the dining hall all are present, but Mrs. Macpherson she was not there only. She is taking rest in his room. She has no family, no one visits, and so I am sure she will be only too pleased to see you. Another information also that matron give to the writer. She told that Mrs. Macpherson she is not having the family, and because of that only any person also not came to visit her. Whenever you will visit to her, she will become very happy. Like this only that told to the writer. She took me into a conservatory with wicker chairs and potted plants all round and left me. And she took me into a conservatory with the wicker chairs and potted plants all round and left me. She took that writer to the Mrs. Macpherson. She left him there and she went. The old lady was sitting in a wheelchair. The writer saw that one old lady, she was sitting in a wheelchair. Her hands folded in her lap. His hands are folded in her lap. She had silver white hair pinned into the wispy bun. She had silver white, her hair pinned into a wispy bun, and she was gazing out at the garden. She was gazing out at the garden. Hello, I said. The writer asked her, hello. She turned and looked up at me vacantly. But she was turned back, but very vacantly she is observing to the writer, Happy Christmas, Kani. I went on. And at the same time only, the writer wished her that Happy Christmas, Kani. I found this, I think it's yours. He told to Mrs. Macpherson that I got this, I found this, and I thought it is yours, so I want to give this, and because of that only I came here. As I was speaking, her eyes never left my face. I saw, that writer saw, that when he was speaking, that Mrs. Macpherson's eyes not left his face, means continuously she is observing the face of the writer. And I opened the tin box and gave it to her. Writer opened the tin box and he gave to that box to her. And that was the moment her eyes lit up with the recognition and her face became supposed with the sudden glow of the happiness. When suddenly she saw that tin box and that envelope, she was become very happy, and that happiness, one type of glow it was came on her face. I explained about the desk, about how I found it, but I don't think she was listening. Writer is going to explain how he got the desk, and in that desk drawer how he got that tin box and that letter also. But now only that Mrs. Macpherson is not in the mood of listen whatever the writer is going to tell her, and because of that only she started. She was not listening, and for a while she said nothing, and for a while she not spoke a single word also, but stroked the letter tenderly with her fingertips. But she took that letter in her fingertips, and suddenly she reached out and took my hand. She reached out and took the writer's hand, and her eyes were filled with the tears. Her eyes were filled with the tears, and she replied that, you told me you would have come home by Christmas, dearest, she said, and here you are, the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, Jim dear, sit down. Means like this only she thought that writer is the Jim, like this only she felt, and she took the hand of the writer, and he whispered, he told that you told me that you will come by the Christmas, dearest, and you came now only. It is the best Christmas present in the world. Come closer, dear, come closer and sit down. I sat down, that writer sat down beside her, and she kissed on his cheek. And I read your letter so often, Jim. Every day I wanted to hear your voice in my head. It always made me feel you were with me. And now you are back. You can read it to me yourself. Would you do that for me, Jim dear? I just want to hear your voice again. I will have love that so much, and then perhaps we will have some tea. I have made you a nice Christmas cake, marzipan, and all round. I know how much you love marzipan. And like this only, she is sharing his feelings, and she thought it is his husband, Jim Macpherson, and whatever the feelings she is having regarding him, she is now sharing this all. He thought that he is the Jim Macpherson, and each and everything he is very nicely sharing with him. Okay, students? Thank you.